Well, this week marks the 10th anniversary for Facebook. Facebook has connected us to others and allowed us to share so much of our personal lives very freely. However, what happens to the information that we post on the internet, and what are your rights when it comes to another person's postings that might concern you, and what can you do to protect yourself and your identity? It's a lot of questions, but they're really important, especially in this age where everybody's posting everything about everyone. Yeah. And here to help us break it all down is attorney Paul Harding from the law firm of Martin, Harding & Mazzotti. Hey, Paul, good to see you.
Nice to be here, Liz. Thank you.
All right, and it's true. People have very little qualms about putting things on Facebook. But what are your rights if someone posts information or photos that concern you on Facebook?
Yeah, well, it's an absolute truth. I mean, it's a new reality that we live in, that things you say, photographs you're in, things that maybe you've written can be out there and put on Facebook. So you don't have a lot of rights. So one of the things you can do is if you feel that someone did something and has abused their Facebook account, you can report them to Facebook. But from what I understand, the chance of getting that taken off, it requires quite a pretty serious violation, and you don't get a lot of satisfaction.
So are there no legal recourse then? I mean, you go to Facebook, they don't do anything, or even if they do, but you feel you've been damaged badly, is there anything you can do?
Well, it's the old-fashioned traditional lawsuit for defamation of character, or libel in this case, something that's written. And here you've got two factors. One is the truth sets you free. So if you say something about someone, or you post a photograph somebody was somewhere, turns out they were, there's no case, right? But if you do things that are about them and you post something about them that turns out to be a lie, it turns out to be something they made up, New York requires there to be economic damage before a claim can be brought. So it's a very difficult standard. We see these cases few and far between.
All right, that's interesting. And I know so many bosses now say, or employers, future employers, say, look, I'm going to Facebook, I'm going to see what this person, especially young people who might be posting inappropriate things about themselves or photos you wouldn't want to be associated with. Right. It's just proving to be a really effective tool, isn't it?
It is. And what happens, you send the resume out, maybe you meet with the employer, and they meet one person, and they may like what they've met, but then they're going to go on your Facebook account, and if they see a different person and they see something that maybe doesn't fit with their company, well, quite frankly, they're just going to move you to the back of the list. So what's on your Facebook is going to be a representative of who you are to a future employer.
And, we think of identity theft probably, at least I do, with credit cards and things like that, but, or stealing someone's identity, but maybe through other ways. But Facebook, can that also be a venue for this?
Absolutely. Don't make it easy on people to steal your identity. On Facebook, you have your profile, and you can limit it to your friends, right? You can hit that box that says the world can't see it. Critical that you don't do that. Never, ever put a social security number, a PIN number, because you're just asking for someone to kind of go in there and make a difficult thing for your life. And thirdly, check your credit report. Once a year, if you see something looks suspicious, you'll know that somebody either has or trying to compromise your identity.
The other thing that really worries me, just as an aside here, is when people say that they're going away on vacation, or they're out of town, or things like that, because, boy, it may never be somebody you've ever met, but somebody might just care that you're out of town.
You're just giving opportunity for someone to come and look at your stuff or come to your house. Absolutely so. What we've seen is that when we do things that are reasonable and we don't go outside of our comfort zone, people don't get in trouble. But when they do, boy, the stories are awful.
All right, Paul, thanks so much for sharing all that with us today. And if you have any questions for anyone from Martin, Harding & Mazzotti, you can email us at whatareyouRights@cbs6albany.com.